Okay, so I was going to try to keep this to a one-part episode, just one part, that's all I have to watch, but I talk too damn much, so there's going to be two parts, and this is going to be part two right here. Welcome. Okay, so, alright, now this next topic is going to be kind of a little improv topic. I remembered something that my boy, my friend, Dr. MMA Tim Lee, he brought up something very interesting, talking about the Uriah Faber versus Dominic Cruz fight. Takedowns are counted a lot in a round. Some people even consider if you get a takedown in a round and the round is close, that you win the round. Okay, but what about knockdowns? Okay, Uriah Faber planted Cruz a lot, but to Cruz's credit, even though I don't like the dancing robot, he got back up pretty fast, and Uriah Faber was able to land nothing after that. You know, he got that one punch, Cruz fell on his ass, and that's all he could really do. You know, so he knocked him down. Should he win the round? Well, it's hard to say. This isn't boxing. In boxing, when you get knocked down, it's a 10-8. It's an automatic 10-8 round, and so on and so forth. If you get knocked down twice, 10-7, 10-7. You know, that's how it goes. That's how it is in boxing. In MMA, it's not the same. You can still win a round even if you get knocked on your ass. I think it depends, in my own opinion, it depends on the severity of the knockdown. Did you get knocked down and then get your ass kicked for a few seconds afterwards? Or did you just get knocked on your butt but able to defend and kind of, you know, regroup, much like Dominic Cruz did all 4 times he was rocked? So I would say no. A knockdown should not automatically win you a round. But why does a takedown mean more than a knockdown? That is something that MMA has to fix. Because, in my opinion, you are more or less winning the fight if you knock your opponent down than taking them down. Because what did you do with the takedown? Okay, just like I was saying, what did you do with the knockdown? Did you put him in deeper trouble after you knocked him down, or was he able to get away? I think it should count for the same thing for a takedown. What did you do with the takedown? Did you pass his guard? Did you go for a submission? Or did you just Rashad Evans, Chael Sonnen, Ben Askren it and lay in the dude's guard? I don't know. I would say that if you get a takedown and you do nothing with it, you're in the guard, you're barely punching, you're just laying there in that guard, and he's able to get to his feet and make the round to where, to his advantage, where he lands more strikes than you, but not actively dominating you. Like, for example, let's say, you know, okay, in the upcoming fight, Tito Ortiz versus Rashad Evans. Say Rashad Evans gets the takedown. He's in Tito's guard. He's in there for about, we'll say, half a minute, okay? He does nothing. He doesn't pass the guard. He just landing these little short punches. Tito Ortiz gets up, okay? It becomes a boxing match. Tito lands more, but he's not really dominating the fight. He lands more punches, lands more significant punches. There's a better way to put it. But he's not dominating. He's not running away with it. He's not hurting Rashad Evans. Rashad Evans is fighting back. I still believe the guy that, even though he got taken down, but nothing happened, and then got hit, let's say hit more, I think he should win the round. I'm not a judge. I'm not going to sit here and say that I should be a judge, or that I can judge a fight better than a real judge, but that is how I would look at it. I would look at these do-for-nothing takedowns less than I would look at a knockdown. I say like I said, I think you are more winning the fight if you knock the guy down than just take him down and do nothing. You know, which is, I don't think any of Dominic Cruz's takedowns should have counted. Uriah Faber was down there for what, 2 seconds? Compared to, hey, I just got one up on you. I just caught you with a big shot, and now you're on your ass. I mean, MMA scoring is just as... It has a lot of work. But it's not entirely the judge's fault. I mean, I hate to say it because I've been a big judge ass chomper for a while now. So, yeah. But let's just, take a break here and just realize MMA scoring is not perfect. Now, another question that someone asked me on Twitter was, do I think that MMA should start being more like boxing and knockdown should be 10-8? No. That would be bad. That would make everything out of whack, because then automatically you have someone kicking the crap out of his opponent for, we'll say, 4 minutes and 50 seconds of the round, and then in the 10-second mark gets knocked on his ass, and what? So he loses that round, right? I mean, if we made it more and more like boxing, the decisions would be worse. I mean, you could have had, there could have been way worse decisions. I mean, take for example, like, a lot of people believe that Keith Jardine defeated Rampage Jackson a while back when they fought, because Keith Jardine admittedly did land more, but in the first and third round, Rampage was able to drop Keith Jardine. And in the third round, it was really close until Rampage landed that right hook that put Keith Jardine on his knees, but it didn't really knock him out. But that saw as Rampage winning the round, I guess. I mean, this is just something that MMA has to work on. I don't think a regular knock on your ass, I don't think a knockdown should count if the guy gets right back up. I don't think a takedown should count if a guy gets right back up. I don't think a takedown should count if nothing is done with the takedown. One thing I do think they need to do is, I think they need to get some kind of penalties in MMA for stalling. Because because you're seeing more and more fighters take the route of, all I have to do is keep you on the mat for 15 minutes and I win. That's just not going to... Eventually fans are going to get sick and tired of all these wrestlers playing, finding a loophole in the rules of MMA. It is a fight. First and foremost, I don't care what kind of martial artist says, oh, this is part of the game. Wrestling is part of the game. Of course it's part of the game, but first and foremost, it's a fight. Your job is to win the fight, but your job is to win that fight significantly. You're supposed to put no doubt in anyone's mind you won that fight. And if you're going to sit there and you're going to freaking lay on people for 15 minutes or 25 minutes, you're not fighting. You're stalling. You're playing within the rules. You're finding loopholes because you don't have to do anything. You're on top, on the ground. All you have to do is make sure he doesn't catch you a submission. Make sure he doesn't get up. That's all you have to do. The fighter on the bottom has to try and get up. Try to get a submission. Try to hold you down so the referee will stand him up. And the ref stand-ups, when there's takedowns happen, where are these referees? Why ain't the referees standing them up? Why? Why? You're letting Rashad Evans, you're letting Chael Sonnen, you're letting Clay Guida, Ben Askren, you're letting, I'm pretty sure, Gray Maynard, there you go. You're letting these guys wrestle people when it's a fight because you're not there saying, hey, stop playing the game and make this a fight. The most important thing to an organization, to any organization in the world, is the fans. They pay for your tickets. They pay for your merchandise. They pay for your pay-per-views. They're the viewers that's viewing the free TV feeds. Your job isn't just to be the best fighter you can be, but your job is to make sure you put on a show for the millions and millions of people, and I'm not the fucking Rock, so don't say I was that, but the the millions of people out there who are giving you your money. You know, you start boring them to death, they'll go back to something like World Wrestling Entertainment, or they'll go back to freaking, 4 hours of freaking people hitting the ball and throwing a ball. Baseball is what I'm talking about. They'll go back to watching Tiger Woods cheat on his wife and win a golf tournament. Well, not lately, but they'll go back to watching 7-hour tennis matches. They'll go back to, I will say nothing about football and basketball because they're awesome. So, yeah. The reason the UFC started out so low, in my opinion, is because you were seeing a lot of boring fights back in the day. I'm sorry to say that, but fights are way more exciting now than they were back then. And no, I'm not counting the no rules. Now, that was the best that UFC ever was, because there was no rules to that. That was just, that was the shit right there. But I wasn't old enough to remember it, but I've seen the DVDs, those new DVDs that UFC came out with. So, but anyway, back to the point. The point is that MMA scoring is not going to be perfect. It's going to probably take years and years to fix the scoring to where it's going to be enough for the fighters to say, "Hey, this is what I have to do, and this is how I know I'm winning." So. All I'm saying is, I know I kind of made this into two parts, about the wrestling and about MMA is a great sport, but it's not a perfect sport. Because, I don't know, the decisions will be whack. You'll have fighters who just care about winning more. They're trying to not to lose than more or less trying to win. And I really don't want to know what to say. Every episode I talk about a wrestler and how they just lay on people, and what are we going to do? They're not going to listen to us. They don't care. They don't care. The fighters that fight like that, in my opinion, don't give a shit about us. You know what I'm saying? They fight because they want to feel like they're a badass because they homo hug people. Chael Sonnen, you homo hug people and you think you can beat people like fucking, who'd he try to fight? Oh, he tried to fucking fight Rampage. I knew at one point he would have got so destroyed. He even tried to fight at heavyweight. Someone let me know who he was trying to fight at heavyweight. He was trying to fight someone at heavyweight, and I can't remember who it was. But, I mean, really, dude, really, let's just be real here. Wrestlers who wrestle and don't fight, you're not fighters. You get the paycheck. I think you're screwing the company, you're screwing the fans out of a good fight. That's a shame on you. But to end this topic, I don't believe a single knockdown should win you a round. But that is just my own opinion. People will disagree with it. People will agree with it. It doesn't matter. MMA scoring has a long way to go before it's perfect. And it's not going to be perfect anytime soon. Hell, we will be lucky if it gets any better in our generation. Maybe it'll get better in the next generation. Or even the generation after that. I don't know. But, well, that's going to do it for the Cody's MMA Uncensored. That was the Cody's Corner. He didn't rant that much, but he tried. So, thank you for watching. Come on with the episode every Tuesday. Love you guys. Thanks to all my supports. Thanks to all my viewers. Just remember, you can follow me on Twitter at thecody18. Find me at Facebook, www.facebook.com/thesportscody. You can find me on YouTube. Please, viewers, share with your friends. Put me on Twitter. Put me on Facebook. Put me on MySpace. Put me wherever you can think of. Get me out there. The Cody is coming. He's coming. Everyone's going to know about the Cody by the time the year's over. All 12 people. Alright. That's Cody's MMA Uncensored. Thank you. Love you. Peace.